Hello, everyone. I'm Catwoman,
And I'm Gadget Goddess, and we are
your homegirls of tech.
here on the Gadget Chats podcast. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome, welcome.
As always, we
Um,
missed y'all.
yes, absolutely. So I see our thirst buckets here. We
Thirst
got
bucket, stand up.
yeah, Raymond Williams wrote that in the chat. We have New York, Dr. Donna Walter, Raymond Williams, Tech for Your Needs. Thank you for showing up early, y'all. Well, on time and early. So we're going to start off with what is going on with us. ¿Qué pasa? So right now on our YouTube channel, we have 243 subscribers. Yay! On Twitter, we have 167 followers. Yay!
Team Thirst Bucket. Y'all are crazy.
On Facebook, we have 77 followers. Yay!
Yay.
And on the Instagram, we have 137 followers. Yay!
Yay. Somebody said tech woes.
Uh-oh, what's going on? What kind of woes? Oh no, is there something wrong with the...
It's not us, is it? Is it you with the tech woes or us?
Oh, Lethal Umber just said hashtag tech woes.
Okay.
That's
Just
why.
making sure. Hey,
Yeah.
just had to make sure anything's possible.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I should say it, we have tech woe stickers. You could submit your technology into doing your bidding by slapping on some tech woe stickers. Just go to gadgetchats.redbubble.com and you'll be able to find our stickers to order. I will actually pull it up.
Nice plug. Nice plug.
I don't know how to spell bubble.
Shout out to tech woes when you can't spell or talk.
That's a human woe. So here's the site, y'all. Oh, they have 25% off apparel right now. We don't have any apparel, but that's cool. They always have some kind of deals going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say you never know. It still might apply if you put that in.
Maybe a sticker is apparel. Who knows? So we actually have a lot of things that we're going to talk about, new tech and stuff like that. But first, let's get into some deals. So the first one here is on eBay. Gigi found the Note 9, 128 gigabyte, factory unlocked, 90-day warranty for $300.
Count them three. $300.
$300.
So if you can't afford the 10 or the S20, you can get you a Note 9 for $300. And you don't have to sign up for a new contract or any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it still gets monthly updates, by the way. And there's a free 2-day shipping. We put the link in the description for it.
So Samsung Knights unite and get you a...
Whoop, whoop.
It's a refurb, Donna, which I don't mind refurbs.
Yeah, me too.
And it's got a 90-day warranty, so...
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's better than buying it off of Swapper or eBay already used. You don't know how long they've had it, where the battery is deteriorated and all that good stuff.
Yep. So next, we have another tech deal. Google Nest Mini smart speaker with Google Assistant 2nd generation 2-pack for $65.
$65 holla.
Yes, and we put the link in the description. This one is on dailysteals.com. So that's a cool site to check out.
It was fun surfing the web today, finding
Yeah. So this is like a good entry base, or if you want to have a Google Assistant in an area in your home where you don't really need to have the screen or anything like that, it's perfect.
Unless you think somebody's watching you. Boogie boogie.
Like me. I don't have any assistants in my home aside from my phone.
I have an Echo Show. Is it
Mhm.
Echo Show? Yeah, and
Yeah.
I have one in my bathroom. Yeah, I can't even front. I got them all over the place. My son has one in his room.
Yeah. In
Mm.
the bathroom, do you tell it to play music?
Yeah, mine. I have the music subscription through Amazon, so it plays on all of our devices. I can have them sync together and play,
Yeah.
or they can play separately and all that good stuff. Yes, Dr. Donna, I had an Echo. I had an Alexa in my room, and now it's in the bathroom. So sometimes I listen to my books while I'm in the shower.
So you basically could throw like a house party with all of those echoes in your house and stuff. All the speakers everywhere. People are like, "Oh, that's cool. You have speakers in your ceiling." Nah, that's Alexa. Oh, wait, I hope I didn't activate anybody's. Sorry.
Well, mine isn't named Alexa, so we good.
Okay. I still don't understand why they call it that. It's actually a common name, especially here in the United States.
We have a news anchor at one of the major TV stations that's her name. So
Word.
kind of fun when she says her name. It's just like everybody's thing goes off at the same time.
Yeah.
So those are our tech deals. If you were here early, you got to see them. Sometimes we stick them at the end. I just didn't care this week. It's like,
Yeah. Links are in the description too
yeah.
for everything. So new tech purchases. First one we got one here from Kimmy, your new tech purchase.
My new little phone. Y'all know I like little niche items. It's a 3-inch palm phone. They unlocked them. So now that you don't have to be on Verizon, anybody can use one of these, and it's under $100. And I got these cute little cases to go with it. And I even posted a picture on Twitter earlier. It takes decent photos. So cute little itsy bitsy phone. Like,
yeah, so it's like $95 right now, free shipping. That's awesome. So what made you decide to get something like this?
I go through these, like, I want something new to play with, but I don't want a phone where I'm gonna spend $400, $500, $600, $700. So this is kind of like my butterfly for this year.
Yeah. So did you give up anything to get this, or you just got it?
No. Now my next tech purchase, they supplied me with a 3-month SIM card to Mint, so it has service.
Word.
Nobody, I think the only person with the number is Tana, but yeah, it has service and it checks social media and all that good stuff. So yeah, I haven't.
So what do you mainly use it for?
Social media. Like if I'm going to lunch or something like that, it's pick that up, take that with me versus taking phone. And these are my cute little cases. Now the cases I had posted on Instagram, they were regular price, like 30. I think this one was, which one of them was $50 doggone dollar. I think it was this one. The casemate was $50. I got it for $7. You know, I ain't paying $50 for no small case. It's double layered. Kate Spade was $6 or $7, and with a leash on it, and it was like $6 or $7. So yeah,
that's cool. So this is the Tech 21. I like that little wrist, not the wrist, the lanyard. Yeah, that's so cool. So you don't drop it, or if you do drop it, it just swings.
Yeah, $95 Apple Monster. You are correct.
That's pretty awesome. So here's some more picture, you guys. That's so cute. Yeah. I like the picture where you showed it like on top of the iPhone, like just how small it is compared to the iPhone.
It is. It looks like a mini iPhone though. The way they did the camera. It's really cute.
Nice.
Yeah, those are the original prices for those cases.
Wow, those are some good deals. Yeah. Those are some good deals.
New in the box, never used cases. Yes. Corona free.
Yes, that's very important. So another gadget thing you got. So you got yourself the Apple Watch Series 4?
Yes, I upgraded my Apple Watch. I got the one with the Milanese band. But I did purchase another band to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
I took that picture so people could clearly see the difference in the 3 and the 4. Like
This one's the 3 and this one's the 4.
you
Yeah.
can see almost all of me in the 4's picture. I didn't realize how much the 2 millimeters made the difference, but it's
Yeah.
a big difference.
Like at one point you can see your watch and then the other one you can't see your watch and your watch screen.
Right. And so that's actually the watch I showed y'all the other week. That's the Michael Kors watch that I took in that picture. But yeah, it's I did not pay the retail that we have linked. I paid less than half of that retail. So if you hop on over on Swapper, the Series 4 is going fairly cheap because I did want stainless steel. You don't have to opt for stainless steel, but I'm kind of bougie.
And the thing is that tech is so good right now that you don't have to get the latest stuff.
I always stay a series behind on the watches.
Yeah.
Always. Because somebody's gonna buy the new and sell their old one. And that's the band I have on it now. Nice and blingy.
Okay. Hold on, let me make you big so people can see.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Oh, cool.
And I only had to.
Like you got it at Pandora.
Ah. Will go nicely with my bracelet, right?
Mm-hmm. That is
so yeah.
Little rose gold going on.
I only had to add one extension onto that. They gave you plenty though, if you have a big wrist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I like watch bands that come with extensions and cater to people with thicker wrists. I'm part of the thicker wrist family. So that's good.
Mine goes up and down. I lose weight, it gets smaller. So I like being able to take the links out and put the links in. So
yeah. That's awesome.
So those are my tech purchases. I got a watch and a miniature itty bitty phone.
It's so cute. It's like phones are usually like as long as our heads, and that one's like only as big as your cheek.
Yeah, I take that and put it next to the Mate 20X, and it's like, oh my god.
So my new tech purchases. So this one is actually Mr. Catwoman's. So he bought the new Samsung Tab S6. He got the 128 gigabyte. Yeah, this is it right here.
It's kind of sexy.
Say
it's
it
a fingerprint magnet.
Fingerprint magnet. So this is the case that he got for it. It's a pretty cool case. So the pen is back here and it can still charge and everything. And then you can hold it in your wrist with your hands like that. And
I see that. I'm thinking you're gonna work at a hospital or something, like, can you hold it?
Right? But then you could also strap it around you as well. So you could, so it has these little things you could, put it around your chest or on your back, whatever. I wouldn't put it in my back. Somebody would try to steal it. But it also has a kickstand too, No, Bob.
Oh, you are pro kickstand.
Kickstand, like, hey. And it can stand vertically or horizontally. So
Tana's giving you the business. He said everybody's fingerprints are on it. Sweet Jesus.
Get you a case that could do both,
Yeah.
I love kickstands. So I haven't been using it. He's been using it. He likes it a lot. He also traded in his S8. So that way he got some money taken off. And then he had some credits from when he bought the Note 10 as well. So he got a really good deal.
Okay. So he didn't have to spend a bunch of money. That's good.
Yeah. So this is the case here that I just showed you guys. They have it in a lot of different colors. They have it in camel, blue, neon green,
pink,
fuchsia. This is a little more like a fuchsia. Orange. Purple,
I'm surprised he didn't get the purple to match his bonnet.
I know. Actually, he has so many different color bonnets. I'm not even sure purple's even his favorite color. I think his favorite color is green, or he doesn't have.
Well, they had green and they had camo, and he didn't get either one of those. I'm so disappointed. I like a splash of color. Black is my favorite color. Most people don't know, but I do like colorful things.
Mm-hmm. So he just went to black. But the tab itself it's like a baby blue. I don't know. Let me make myself big here. Deep blue.
Okay. Yeah, that's that pretty Carolina blue looking thingy. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, this is a Tequo. So, I also got another purchase. I got a new car because we had to.
Somebody has car payments other than me.
Yeah. Now we got 2 car payments. So we had to say sayonara to the Black Taurus, 2011.
Sorry, go ahead.
It had a lot of problems. It was gonna cost at best 5,300 to fix the problems that it had. I don't have pictures, but I'll take some pictures and I'll put it up after. It's like tomorrow or something. I'll put it up on the Gadget Chat's Instagram. So if you're not following us on Instagram, please do, because we post a lot of pictures there.
Bye, Apple Monster.
Yeah, and we traded in the Taurus, and we got the Chevy Equinox 2016.
Yay!
And yeah, I like it. It's fully loaded. It has a built-in GPS.
I've been in one of those, so I kind of know the experience. Yeah.
Yeah, very spacey. It has certain things that the white Taurus doesn't have, and then so like vice versa. Like, for example, it doesn't have like the heated seats or the cooling seats.
I have heated. I don't have cooling. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like
the fancy like some people I know.
But I like the backup camera. It's very, very wide. You can see like really good range. And then as you turn your wheel, it predicts the direction that you're going, and then it moves the bars to where you're gonna go. So like if you're making a right while you're backing up, it predicts. I'm like, that's pretty cool. The white Taurus doesn't have that. And it has a really big trunk. I like that a lot as well.
Do you have a lot of junk in your trunk though?
Yeah. And it has a big window too. So when I see behind me, I'm like, I can see the person that's in the car. I'm like, hey. Also, the tint is not as heavy as it is on the white Taurus. So people can see me. I'm not used to it. I'm like, wow.
You don't like to be seen? You a celebrity?
I'm not a celebrity. It's just like I like my privacy, and
privacy is important.
Yeah, yeah, I don't get it in the Equinox, but I like it a lot, and it has really good mileage. It has between 22 and 32 miles to the gallon, so I like that a lot.
Paying no mind, I'm turning off my son's devices, but go ahead.
Mm-hmm. It's like a smoke color. It's like a blackish gray. So the reason why we went with that one is because he sent me Tauruses to look at. And I'm like, can we please not get
another one?
Yes.
Another one.
And I'm like, I don't want to get another Ford. I feel like they don't last. And he's like, they do last. You just drove into a ditch. And I go, it was not a ditch. It was a pothole. And if it did last, it would have survived. It would have survived that pothole.
So now we know you murdered the car.
Unfortunately, it was very dark.
I do not appreciate the #women comment. I have never murdered a car. Knock on wood.
It was. So I was turning into a street where there was no light. And I didn't know that was a pothole there, and just drove normally, ba-bum-bum, And it's funny because Mr. Catwoman would tell
ba-bum-bum is normal for you.
It sounded just like that.
It's not normal for me.
Yeah. And then Mr. Catwoman, he'll tell me, don't avoid potholes. You don't want to hit another car or whatever. Well, this time I didn't avoid a pothole, and it killed.
I tried to at all costs. If I could see it, I avoid it. Even like the little manhole covers, I avoid those
Yeah.
if all possible because sometimes they stick up out of the ground and sometimes they're lower. So if you don't avoid them, you can mess your tires up.
Yeah, but where I was turning, there was no street light.
And your
So
alignment and everything else. Oh, you blind driving, huh?
I'm not a blind driver, and I did have my lights, but by that time, it was just already too late.
I'm just messing with you. I can't say I've murdered any cars, and I have to say I haven't really hit anybody. Everybody's always hit me. Like I've only been in a couple accidents, but I'm always the one getting hit. So
yeah, I've only hit someone once. I won't say anymore.
I have not totaled any vehicles. Yes, even being hit, I haven't totaled any.
I'll talk about that on your spill the beans.
Okay.
Session.
Ready for spill the beans? I didn't spill the beans this week. I might need to have one just for you this week.
I have a lot of car stories. I've been rear-ended like 3 times.
Oh.
Yeah. So when you do your live stream, I'll make sure to come on and spill some beans about that.
Hey, that's a great, advertisement. Next time we spill the beans, we'll have car stories, which I don't have too many of. So if anybody has any car stories that they like to bring to spill the beans, let me know. We can coordinate time and day.
Yeah. I love your spill the beans sessions.
I love them too. I can't wait to have LeBaron's wife back on.
Right, that was fun.
Okay. Do we have
one tech quo? One tech quo. So I had to send back the G story. Yeah, I had to send it back. It had problems. It was defective. I put in, the touchscreen was supposed to work. It was very hit or miss. Very hit or miss. And it has a micro USB port so that you could do OTG, like connect keyboards and stuff like that. That didn't work at all. I used more than one cable.
I have a question. Didn't LeBaron say he had this same monitor? LeBaron, he's in the chat.
He didn't.
He had a different one.
No, he said he had a portable monitor, but he didn't say it was that one. I don't think he had the G story.
Okay.
And then also, I didn't like the cover that it came with because it wouldn't stand up.
Why does that sound so gangster? It's the G story. I got that G story. But go ahead.
Right? Go ahead. Like I couldn't press hard because it'll like fall over. That was very annoying. I did have this thing from this here. This like generic. Why'd I mute myself?
I was like, what happened to her sound?
This generic stand.
It's like, did I freeze up? Go ahead.
And it worked a little bit, but I guess
wants the stream.
It was too heavy and it was just like slid over. So that was annoying. And
you need to get the one that LeBaron got from Jay Will. Clearly his still works. Or you need to pull it. Or you can pull a Tana and just default to your TV. Like connect to your TV. Save you some money.
But the thing is that I want to be able to connect my camera, like a camera to it.
That's what Tana does. He does to his TV.
Along with a keyboard and mouse. Or at least a mouse. But I can't do that.
Well, I don't know about that. You'd have to talk to Tana about that.
Yeah. Because the camera that I have uses micro HDMI. And by the time you do micro HDMI to HDMI, but then you want to try to connect the US, it doesn't work. It doesn't have USB Type-C pass-through. So I can't, I tried connecting a keyboard and mouse via the USB section. That didn't work. Trust me, like I was doing so much with it and I'm like, wow, this thing is really limited. And I tried to check a whole bunch of them on Amazon. Like now all of my Google ads are flooded with portable monitors and none of them can do.
Listen, anything I talk to y'all about, anything I say around my phone, I get advertisements about. Like I don't even have to be interested in this stuff. So I watch what I say around my devices.
Yeah. Yeah, all those ads are crazy. But I feel personally that we're not there when it comes to portable monitors. I even checked out the ones that were like close to 500. It's none of them have a USB Type C pass through to where
Did
you
LB ever drop the one that he has in the chat? I didn't see it if
know
he did. LB ain't listening.
he's not paying attention. So
You have one job, LB, and that's to drop the title of the screen that you have in the chat. That's your only job right now. Okay,
so
LB? Okay.
I would have been able to make it work if this thing here works. So I'll just show it real quickly. I'll make myself big. So this is a USB Type C, right? To USB Type A.
Oh yeah, I got one of those.
To HDMI, and then it powers by micro USB-C. It doesn't work with it.
Mine came with my mini laptop. I have one
Yeah.
of those. It didn't have too many ports, so that was like the bonus.
If this worked, we would have been on and popping. We could have made this work. But unfortunately, no, I've checked it. No portable monitor that I can find as of right now can do USB Type C pass through. So I can't connect. Basically, this is like a USB Type C OTG. It won't work. If anybody can find me one, please let me know. If you have
LB,
an affiliate link,
LB,
if you have an Amazon affiliate link,
she'll click your link.
Yeah,
she'll buy from your link.
Affiliate link. So
LB is, I gotta go check. I'll be right back. We asked you 15 minutes ago. You are fired, LB.
Right now. He probably doesn't think I need it right away.
That's why I give you a hard time. Let me tell you what LB did, since we talking about LB right now. You know, when I went to Chicago, I brought LB a shirt. He requested my shirt that I had on the stream, the one that said National Sarcasm Society. I bought him one, hand delivered to him a week before his birthday, so he could have it to rock on his birthday. This fool, I said fool, leaves the shirt at the restaurant we had deep dish pizza at.
What?
Guess when, guess when he gets his shirt back?
When?
He called up there the same night he left it up there. You know, I was up there Valentine's weekend. He got his shirt back last night.
What, he just never got to going around to pick it up?
Tana had to take it to him.
Oh, wow. Well, LB is a very busy man. You know, he's a very busy man.
I don't appreciate it.
You.
He didn't want my shirt. LB, you will not get another good gift from me ever again in life, okay? I got you.
Yeah. So sad. He left it. So I can't recommend the G Story. It's a tech woe. And I can't.
It's not a gangster story.
Time. It's not. Sorry. Not gangster. And I'm glad I got my money back. Go Amazon.
I love Amazon.
Yeah. Just so easy.
Ready for some
articles?
Yeah, because tons of them. Okay. Y'all ready?
All right. So here we go. The first article we have here is on the OnePlus 8 5G appears on Geekbench with 128 gigs of RAM. First and foremost,
it says with 12 gigs of RAM.
Oh, sorry. With 12 gigs of RAM.
Vic has 128 gigs of RAM. We all getting that.
I'm projecting. My bad.
We are getting it just for bragging rights. I got 128 gigs of that RAM, dog. Look, now LB making excuses. My wife left it. Whose shirt was it, LB? Back to the article.
So, let's give it up for OnePlus with always putting a lot of RAM.
They RAM tough.
Yes, RAM tough.
Now, how much of that RAM do you think the phone's actually going to use?
Uh,
Around half.
yeah, no, like 10. They'll use like 10. Android is very, very
Aggressive.
yeah. Not only that, what if it has like 120 hertz? You know, you need all that RAM. You know.
We'll see.
So it has the Snapdragon 865. And then here's a picture of the Geekbench. For a single core is 4,331. For a multi-core was 12,686.
So you get all of the RAM and all of the giggly boots.
Mm-hmm. To be honest with you, I don't know what those numbers mean, and I've never cared.
Look, I put little to no value in Geekbenches. I like real world performance myself. People always ask me, "Did you run a Geekbench?"
Mm-hmm.
I don't even keep those on my phone anymore. Not at all.
Yeah.
So 120 hertz though for all the hurt mongers. I got to make up a name for those people who love the 120 hertz displays.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That suck your battery dry. Shout out to all the people who like 120 hertz and they don't even game. All of those people. Yeah.
So this one is the 5G version, and it says that both OnePlus 8 flagships will include 120 hertz. Okay, can we stop calling it a flagship because it's their only phone? Like, why do they keep saying the one?
But hold up,
it's their only phone.
Flagship killers.
Exactly.
So how are they? Look, I didn't want to say that, Tana, but why did they call themselves flagship killers? And they say, "Hey, the flagship model."
Yeah,
the Hertz herders. What about the Hertz herders?
How can you be a flagship and kill flagships? But to be honest with you, flagships are killing themselves because they're so expensive.
I could be a hater that kills other haters. You know what I'm saying? Like, putting it in that perspective, I could be a woman that kills other women. I don't know.
I guess so, right? Yeah. I guess that's another way of looking at it.
Yeah.
So everybody's very excited about what OnePlus is going to do.
Will you be interested in this phone?
No, thank you.
Okay.
But I know that a lot of other people are going to be excited. There is a render here. It looks like it's going to have the little camera on the side.
I was like, don't believe the hype if it don't have at least a notch in there somewhere. Don't believe it.
Yeah. So this is the render of it. That's pretty cool. I just don't like Android by itself. What they call it again? Stock Android. I'm not with it. I like all the little.
Isn't there's a variation like in there? It's called Oxygen OS or something.
It is, but it's still very close to stock.
Yeah.
And
no, give me all of
features.
give me all the extra like taking pictures and all that. Yeah, with your hands and stuff like that. Give me all that stuff.
Well,
all of it.
Like Catwoman said that with no hesitation. I've never bought a OnePlus. I've never been interested in buying a OnePlus. But one of the things I always appreciated is that they put in a lot of RAM because
but I don't think the phone uses it. I don't think the phone uses it.
But I think that's one of the reasons why it's really fast. Not only because it runs Oxygen, but it has a lot of RAM. And Snapdragon needs it a lot. Yeah. The Snapdragon just gobbles up RAM. It does.
I don't even think it's just the Snapdragon. I think that Android phones just aren't optimized well.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why they call them crap dragons.
I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with the Pro. Hopefully it won't have the sides, the edges on it like the other one did, because a lot of people were not feeling it. And let's see if they listen to the people who bought it previously and what they think. Hopefully all of them will come to the United States because I know that only the Pro did. So
yeah, they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm OnePlus now. I've had one OnePlus. I saved this for the OnePlus princes and princesses. This article is just for you.
Prince and princesses. People are now coming up with their Snapdragon bash names. So Tana said
Yeah.
Snapwagon, and 2 phones for free said Crab Dragon. Yeah. I call it the Ram Dragon.
Well, you know me. I'm more of a Huawei kind of chip girl. So,
Mm-hmm.
and this
What do
Palm
you?
is running like I think a 730,
Mm,
730, Snapdragon, whatever. But it's
yeah.
running Oreo, so it's
Mhm.
not that it really needs to run 10 or anything like that. The basic functions, and not doing anything. But the camera is really decent. I should
Yeah.
have sent you the camera picture that I took. Did you
Mm,
see it on? You see it on Twitter?
no.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'll send it to you
Um,
on Facebook
what do you think
Messenger.
about there being a light model?
There's all look. Go ahead and get mad somebody when I say this. Huawei always had a light model, and now everybody and their mama making a light model.
Yeah, that's very true. I think though that if they do
It's
come out,
confusing people.
yeah, if they do come out with a light model, then I think it's okay to call the OnePlus 8 a flagship. But if they don't come out with a light model, it's just a phone. It's just their lineup. It's not
I want it to be the
flagship.
OnePlus 8 minus.
8 minus instead of light.
Yeah, instead of light, the OnePlus 8 minus.
That's very punny. But I don't know if they would want to go with something negative like that.
Are you calling me negative? I don't
No, the
appreciate
dash is a negative.
it. Just messing with
Minus.
you. Let's not be negative.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I did forget to mention that this article is by Android Headlines, and it's by Christajian.
I've already closed mine out. I've moved on.
Okay, I shall too. Next article is by The
The
Verge
Verge.
by Nick Stat. Google and Microsoft just canceled 2 conferences ahead of their major ones. Both companies are citing coronavirus concerns and moving to virtual events, which I think is the best.
Hey, nothing wrong with virtual, and let me, give us all access. I want to see.
Yeah, exactly. Just go on YouTube, put it live, go on Twitter, go live, go live on Instagram if you want to.
Because off topic, they're talking about doing March Madness without people there due to the coronavirus. I attached another video. Look, I can't stop touching my face. Ever since they told you not to touch your face and eyes, I touch my face and eyes more now. I'm constantly touching my face and eyes. But either way, I attached a video that's telling you not to freak out about corona. I'm tired of people freaking out about corona. So I attached that link for people to go watch. It has a lot of great factual information in it. So you're not walking around thinking you're about to die. Okay?
Yeah.
So
I like Brew.
Oh, I
like
love
this
Brew.
channel a lot.
I
I
am
love
sub
Brew
to.
and Spill. I love the whole Spill universe. I like their channels a lot. I like that they put subtitles, even though they don't have British accents. Well, one of them kind of does. It's just easier to follow along.
Right.
But I saw this video and it's really good.
It's a really good video. I put it on my Kimmy Gadget Chat's Facebook page as well earlier this week because everybody's losing their mind about corona when more people are dying from the flu. So let's calm down a little bit. Let's settle down and keep things in perspective, people.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I had to go to the emergency room yesterday, last night when I got off of work to take my daughter because she had flu-like symptoms. They said because she was on day 4, if they were to do testing for influenza, that it would be like a 50-50. So there was no point in actually testing her. But that she did have flu-like symptoms. She most likely did have the flu. And they sent her home. They gave me medication to give her. I gave it to her. She went to school and she had a fever. So I had to pick her up from school. And I'm like, okay, we need to get your immune system up. We got to fill you up with fruits and veggies. Obviously, I did give her medication, gave her a salad, a fruit salad, a green salad, also soup with some potatoes, and sleep, a lot of sleep. Been checking her temperature. It's been dropping down. Been making sure to give her medication on time as well. She's like, am I still going to go to school tomorrow? I'm like, most likely because your fever's down. But it did go up a little bit after about the 4th hour. So I don't think so. Something I'll have to discuss with Mr. Catwoman. But, a lot of people are freaking out about the coronavirus. And that's
we had our first case here in North Carolina today. Somebody was out working in Washington at the nursing home and flew back, and they were in Raleigh, and they've been diagnosed with corona. So it's just like, okay. But like I said, that video, please watch the video so you can lose a lot of this I'm going to die mentality.
Yeah.
Or everything that comes from China is going to infect you mentality too, because everything is made in China. So
yeah,
watch out.
People are like worried about their packages and stuff like that. Somebody made a meme about, if your bubble wrap comes from China, don't pop it. You gonna get corona. I was like, the internet's so dumb.
Yeah.
But actually something peculiar happened this morning. I got in the elevator and it was with an Asian man. And I usually see him and I say hi to him and stuff like that. So we just have like a friendly vibe. But he turned to me in the elevator and he's like, what are your thoughts on the coronavirus? And I said, I think it's serious and everybody just needs to pay attention to their hygiene. And he said, I don't think so. I said, I can see that, but this flu comes from animals. Like, that's why it's called the coronavirus. So, it's harder for your body to navigate. And the last thing people need is to get the coronavirus. So that's why I feel like it's serious.
For the most part, the best news article I saw was like our local news said 80% of these cases are mild. Like, people ain't even showing symptoms. The 20% are the ones you hear the most about, and they're usually older people. So most people who are more likely at risk are between 65 and 80 something. So if you're younger in good health, even if you were to get it, you would be treated, quarantined, and then you're fine. So
and the thing though is that having a strong immune system is the best thing for you, because there's no
that's everybody.
Virus. It's a virus, it's just
it's gonna run its course.
Passes through you. All you could do is treat the symptoms, like the cough, the aching, and the fever, and
they said even a shot for this, like if you were to get a flu shot, they said a shot for this is 12 to 15 months away. So by the time they get something for this, it's probably not going to even be an epidemic anymore. So and if it is, but who is shit. But I do like this concept. Let's do these not for the corona reasons, but for the reasons that I want to see. Like, have these things
instead of making it like an exclusive thing where you only have a certain group of people huddled together to view a new product or to talk about a certain software or something. Like, just don't you want to get that exposure? Don't you want people to have knowledge about whatever it is that you're putting out? Because that's the main thing about marketing. The more people see it in repetition, the more they'll consider it.
Right. So the more hands-on and more exposure I can get, I'm like, ooh, let me do that. That's why when I get ready to buy something, I get on YouTube and I absorb as much of like, okay, what's the difference between the Series 4 and the Series 5? What does this little Palm phone do? Does it do anything that my phone won't do? Things like that. I want to know.
It's like, what scenarios would this be perfect for,
Right.
And it's sad that Mobile World Congress was canceled, but, it's something that did need to happen.
Right.
Yeah. And I think it's also making us be able to use our resources more, like technology. It's like we're able to communicate in a more safe way, because we're essentially quarantining ourselves. I don't know if you didn't show this article, but I did see an article about Twitter. They having almost all of their employees work from home. And that's one of the biggest companies here in the United States. And they're telling people, if you can, please work from home. Like, don't go to the office, please. With the flu going around and possible corona, it's better for you to work from home.
And this right here, wash your doggone hands. Like, I am amazed daily. Like, even with no outbreaks of anything. How many times I can go to the bathroom and somebody in front of me or behind me just uses the bathroom and walks out. And it's just like, we had a girl that they put no wash in the middle of her name, like it was her middle name.
What?
And
That's
yeah,
gross.
because your experience. And I had another coworker that was like, because she was an attractive female. So she was getting dropped off at work one day and she saw her husband looking at old girl and she was just like, yeah, she's attractive, ain't she? She was like, she all right. She was like, yeah, she don't wash her hands when she go to the bathroom.
That's I don't know how people go to the bathroom and feel like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna wash my hands. That's really gross. But we also need to get rid of the barriers of being able to wash our hands as well. Because last week I was in 2 federal facilities. One, I was in the District Court of Florida getting sworn in for my citizenship. There was no soap in the bathroom. I went to the Social Security office. There was no soap in the bathroom. 2 federal buildings.
Were they just out of it or just no?
Nope. Nope. It looked like if it was just.
I have both options well, we don't, our bathrooms aren't open to the public. So we have soap and hand sanitizer. So there's no excuse.
They didn't even have hand sanitizer. And when I walked into the bathroom in the Social Security office, because I was there for a long time, a woman had just come out there with her, like almost looking newborn. Like that baby looked brand new. And I'm just like, this is sad.
Contamination station. Yeah.
How is it that a private facility, a Walmart is going to have soap, but a federal building is not going to have soap in their bathroom?
I get ticked off when it runs out of our bathroom because then I have to go all the way to like where we I wouldn't call it a lunchroom, but that's where the microwaves and stuff are. So if it's out in the bathroom, I have to go all the way out of the bathroom into the kitchen. But I gotta wash my hands before I go back to my desk because I ain't not pee hands at the desk. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, there's like no pee hands in life. Like
right.
That's just really sad.
I understand when some people are like, you gotta have germs in your life. Yes, I'll pick them up in other places. I don't need to pick them up from the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I did see Michael Pepper Tech Talk. He put in a comment about the coronavirus being called corona because of the Latin word for heart. It's actually after the Spanish word crown because
the shape. That's what I heard.
The shape of it, the shape of it and the keys for it looks like a crown that you would put over your head. So I had not heard of that one, Latin for heart.
No, I hadn't heard that one, but I have heard the shape
Spanish
of it.
For crown. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Spanish for crown. So I'm glad that these people are using technology to still be able to present things. And I think that we should use technology more often as well. And also make it accessible to people in other areas. Like, for example, there's, urban areas that don't have fast internet. So they're not able to access streams or able to work from home because they have poor internet connection. And we really do need to build our infrastructure more solidly here in the United States, not only with the cable companies, but then also the cell phone companies as well. There's still places that don't have 4G LTE. So,
yet we worry about 5G.
Yeah, I'm not worried about 5G. Like, can we please build out the 4G for areas that don't even have it, that are still on 3G and 2G?
Right, 2G, yeah. Yet y'all say y'all doing away with those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, my next article is still along the lines of Corona, but it's more along the lines of where'd it go? Oh, I guess I've reached my maximum for that page.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about the slow.
It's not caused by the Corona beer. No, it's not caused by the Corona beer.
No, that's kind of being funny. We know it's not caused by the Corona beer.
No,
actually, even though their sales have dropped.
Actually, that survey was a hoax. It wasn't correct. So
Well,
people were
Tanner's
talking
been
about,
jokingly saying it in the chat. That's why I said
I
we
know
know it's
he
not.
called it, he's like, where's the Heineken virus? That was funny. But yeah, that article was actually a hoax. When they contacted the people who actually did the survey, it turns out that the survey that they did was just overall, would you choose this beer? And 38% of people said that they just wouldn't choose, they don't drink Corona beer. That's all. But they sensationalized it because they wanted to bring more PR to themselves so that they can have more funds and do more surveys. They didn't think that they were going to be looked at under a microscope. So they sensationalized the title and said, oh, you know, people are not drinking Corona beer because they're associating with coronavirus, when it wasn't true.
Oh, they said the stock had dropped for Corona. They lost sales.
Oh, yeah. But the stock dropped everywhere because
Yeah, but I'm saying
not
sales
ordering or
went
buying.
down. People weren't buying Corona beer.
Yeah, people are not buying it in general, but the stock is going up now. But over the weekend, it really did drop. They said it dropped around like the amount or less than the 2008 crash, but at least it didn't last that long as it did in 2008.
Did you lose the article about delaying PC and cell phone sales? Because mine, I've been on the site too much, so I've been kicked out.
Which one?
It's the next one.
Is the next one? This one? Financial Times?
Yeah, yours is kicked out too.
Yes.
So this was an article of, and I saw Michael Pepper mention it, talking about delayed with, your shipments of cell phone stuff.
Yeah.
And that's already been affected. Even Samsung with their flippy phones, like that little production place is closed right now.
Yeah.
So, you can look
They
forward
just don't
to
have
this.
the manpower.
You can look forward to this slowing down your electronics being able to come from overseas. Like everybody's like, oh my God, it's going to affect this company and that company. No, it's affecting all of them.
Yeah.
Because your components come from China.
Yeah, but then also there's a big case, a big outbreak in South Korea as well. And it's just hard too, because there's so many people that are sick. They just don't have the manpower. And then not only do people have the coronavirus, but then they just have influenza in general.
Yeah. Yeah, the flu's game is strong this year. I know people who have never had it that are catching it. So
yeah. I haven't heard of Amazon saying that they're being affected by the coronavirus, but I noticed that there aren't a lot of things that are available for one-day shipping lately.
But see, that stuff is usually stateside already. The stuff that comes from overseas is what takes 2 and 3 weeks and already. So I can imagine that stuff is going to take months now.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with Amazon, but I noticed that a lot of things that used to be available for one-day shipping, it hasn't been available for one-day shipping. It's been available for 2-day shipping, which I shouldn't complain, but I'm just
yeah, I was gonna say none of my stuff has changed locally. Prime wise, I'm still getting it. If it's one day, it's one day, and maybe that's your warehouse. Maybe they need to hire more, but I don't really mind 1 day, 2 days, as long as it's here in a couple of days. I'm good. When you start talking longer than that, then I'm like scratching and like, where's my device?
Yeah.
Because yes, I can tell you the tech woes on this Palm phone.
Yeah.
I had 2 canceled orders. It made me think maybe this isn't meant to be. 2 canceled orders. Yeah.
So 3 times the charm?
Yeah, 3rd time was a charm.
Wow.
I already had my cases. My cases got here before the phone got here.
Oh, yeah.
And I do have a screen protector on it too. But crazy. I said if the 3rd time didn't work, I wasn't getting it. I was going to send the cases back.
Yeah. So this one is from WFTV9 ABC.
My coworker sent me this.
Yeah. I was talking about it with Mr. Catwoman over the weekend. So man killed in Tesla SUV crash was playing a game on smartphone while automated driving was engaged. I mean, it sucks because it makes the rest of the people look bad that use it the way
but the
it's supposed
fact
to be used.
that wasn't, he was an Apple engineer. He know better. Like this wasn't just Joe Blow.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it does make techies look bad, because it shows that we don't have the will to just put it down and not use it. Like it really does. What do you think? You think that they're just gonna harp on this one situation and like tell people you can't use auto drive at all?
He's not even the first one. Remember that other person last year that I don't know if they said they were asleep or what. Like it was somebody who wasn't controlling the car and it hit a person. But it wasn't that he died; he hit a person, and so I'm like Tana. I'd rather drive myself. Like I'm real leery of somebody else driving unless they're just a great driver. Most of the time, I'm behind the wheel.
Yeah. But this makes me sad because I really want autopilot like completely already. Like I'm here for it. Please. I want it now. I want it yesterday. Like I get out of work and I'm like, car, take me home.
Like, but there's so many of these now. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So many people are going to be
the autopilot. Oh, it's not just that too, but the autopilot that they have on Tesla is not real autopilot. It's not.
So it's not like some of these other cars that actually have it.
Yeah. So there's certain cars that could do straight up autopilot, but then there's certain models that it's like a slight autopilot. It doesn't.
But even with the autopilots, don't they prompt you every now and again to make sure you're still paying attention?
They do.
Like,
yes, they do. Yeah, but you know, people are so ingrained in their game or whatever it is that they're doing that they're not going to pay attention. Like for example, my sister, she has a Kia and she has like an autopilot type feature where she'll be driving and the car would like automatically get into the lane. When it feels like the car is drifting off of the lane, it'll automatically go into the lane. And I tried it. So I drove her to the airport and then I went back to go drop it off at her house. And as I was driving, I'm like, I wonder how long this autopilot would go. So I just let it go. It was like 2 a.m. There really wasn't that many cars, just to provide some kind of context. I let it go and it did autopilot itself for like a good minute. And I'm like, whoa, this is awesome. Like it was in the lane. It was turning. You know, it kept 3 car distances from the other one.
And that's why people get this false hope that, oh, well, it could do this well. I'm just going to let it drive.
Yeah. So the car had sensors, but the sensor in the front was a camera. And so like she was explaining to me how the autopilot worked. It's based off of a camera. It's not based off of like a time of flight thing. So that's why it could also be inaccurate at times. And after about a minute, it was like, put your hand on the car. On the steering wheel.
On the steering wheel, yeah.
If not, it'll just start to slow down. Like it just started slowing down in the highway.
Like, yeah. It knows you're not paying attention.
And that's that kind of feature that when Tesla came out with the autopilot feature, that's the first type of autopilot that came out. So it only works for like about a minute and then you got to like hold on to the steering wheel and everything like that. So I say that to say that please, people, don't mess it up for the rest of us because I want to get in a car that could just drive me. Please don't mess it up for everybody else who really, really want this. Like I'm tired
You're
of driving.
You're a lot more trusting than I am. I'm gonna let you have that. As long as I'm really capable of driving, I will drive. I miss having a manual. I want my stick back. Like I drive an automatic now, and it drives me nuts that I can't change gears. So yes, I am a person who likes to drive. I want to shift in the 5th. I never had one with 6 gear, but I'd like to try one. Like, yes, I like to drive.
Yeah. No gracias. Like
it's a control thing. I don't know.
I'm with Team Autopilot. Like, take me home.
I don't even like the fact that I have to fly on a plane where the pilot is driving. I wish I could fly a plane. Let me fly myself. At least I know what's going on. Like,
yeah. Well, instead of Jesus take the wheel, you know, Tesla take the wheel, Kia take the wheel, or can I change my assistant to Jesus? Like, I'm here for it. I want it to come out now. That's where I'm at. But that's good that we have that kind of contrast because we do want to give
hold up.
their own. Yeah.
How am I telling my age, LeBaron? My last car, every car I owned but the one I have now was a manual. So does that make me old? Like, no. They still sell manual vehicles, sir. A stick.
Yeah.
Okay? If you don't know what a manual is, it's a stick. It shifts.
Yeah. That's too much work.
It's fun. Unless you're in traffic.
I know.
Unless you're in traffic.
Yeah. I know it's fun for some people, and you're one of those people. And we want to be able to also give people that option.
That's what makes me mad. Now, manuals come with the roll your windows down manually. They come with cotton seats. Like, I want leather. I want automatic. I want sunroof. Like, yeah.
Yeah. This is a picture of the wreck.
Okay. Yeah, that's the car, y'all.
Yeah. It's like, can I look at this picture and still be on team autopilot? Yeah, there's accidents where people drive cars themselves all the time.
You are Looney Tunes. If I can avoid it and drive myself, look at that. Like, half the car doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't. No, it does not.
You good. If you want somebody to drive you, like Tana said, get you an Uber. You can be chauffeured your whole life.
I don't want to wait. I just want to get in a car and just go.
You can. Just make sure you order early enough. You ain't got to wait long.
I'm not really good with my time management. But thanks for this article.
Yeah, I had to thank my old teammate at work for this one.
This one was surfing attack.
Yeah, this is kind of neat, I guess.
Okay. So how does surfing attack work? Surfing attack modulates the voice command onto inaudible frequency band and transmit attack signals using off-the-shelf PZT transducer. Costs $5 per piece through different types of tables made of solid material.
Okay, I'm on the other article, which is fine. You can stay where you are. It says Siri and Google Assistant hacked and new ultrasonic attack. We
talked about this before.
Where the guy got videos on the page that you got. They got videos and stuff. Yeah, go. That's why I said don't close out your page. Like, they show you how the people get in. Like, I knew we weren't going to play any of these, but I thought we'd be able to link people to them or play them without sound. People would get to see how it actually works.
Yeah, but, we talked about people who like leave their Google Homes and things like that by their windows, that they could point a laser and it would be the frequency of the voice commands, and then it would do certain commands like unlock the door or turn on the lights or turn off the lights and stuff like that. So
where was I at? Where somebody? I have a coworker who said him and his wife just bought a full-fledged, like, they moved into a house and everything is smart. And I said, be very, very careful with that. Like, especially like the locks, the heating and air, everything is smart in his house. Every single thing.
So this is happening to smartphones now, not just assistants. Anything that has a type of assistant. Now, I have my Bixby, but I don't have it activated by a voice command. I have to actually physically press the button and do the voice command. So you mean to tell me that somebody can just throw out a laser and just activate
your phone?
Home? Oh my God, this is so bad.
We have to put at least one scary article in every week. So this is we're scaring the Buducci out of you this week with people taking over your phone through Siri and Google Assistant. I didn't see Bixby listed, but I'm sure it can happen. It says Samsung. It says Samsung. So yeah.
Okay.
They probably just didn't know what it was called.
They didn't know what it was called. If I was Samsung, I would be highly offended.
Well, I would just say, if you can talk to your phone and get it to do things, then be worried.
Yeah, exactly. I guess the best thing would be to turn off the voice activation. Thank you. Because when the voice activation is on, it's always listening because it's listening for somebody to say the command and then the prompt.
Yeah. I won't say any of them because I don't want to activate anybody's phone. But
I'm
yeah.
trying not to, but I accidentally keep doing it. Sorry, you guys.
Yeah, I was about to say the okay one. We already talked about Two Phones is talking about the A one.
Yes,
We
that
talked
same
about
thing.
that weeks ago. Like this
Uh-huh.
this is new for phones. They've been able to take
Yes.
care of your home devices, like take
Yeah.
over
So your
those.
home assistants, they were able
They
to
did
do
those
it
first.
on those.
Now they're doing
Now
your
they're
phone.
doing it on your phone. So, like, what if you have your phone assistant hooked up to your door? Now you're saying, "Hey, da 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 da, unlock the doors," and the person just goes in. Oh my God, this is so horrible. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
you can adjust the temperature in their house. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Set it on fire. Quick.
Put
This is horrible.
it on 100.
Oh my God. I could already see a movie being made about this where somebody just walks in. It's like, I'm a detective. I'm going to activate this person's phone with this laser.
One of
Or if they're
the
the bad guy.
one of the book series I read is supposed to be based on the future. And it's so amazing that when she goes to do these investigations on these murders, yes, I read thrillers and stuff.
Mhm.
When she talks to these, like, because everything is electronic in the future, of course.
Yeah.
And she goes to unlock the door. Of course, they say, you're not John Smith. And she says, hey, I'm Sergeant What's her face from such and such and such. And they like, show your badge. She shows us the badge. It validates that the badge is a real police badge and she's really who she says she is. And they let her in. Like if she has a warrant or anything, they let her in. So it's just everything is automated in the future. Like, but you think hacker, hacker, hacker. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Like all it takes is one good hacker.
Next, they're going to attack cars. I mean, they could already attack cars by hacking into their Wi-Fi and steering your wheels and stuff. But now imagine being able to do
You
that
didn't see?
through a
No,
broadcast.
you didn't see the news article. Somebody sent it to me. It was a news story out of Chicago, actually, but it was like national news where they took these two different devices. Like it took two people to do it. You were the person that walked behind the person who locked their door with a key fob. They duplicated the key fob thing and sent it to the person who was out near the car. They unlocked the door, was able to start the car and drive the car off.
No, this
So
is
I can
bad.
send it to you. I can send it to you,
Please.
but it's these two devices. It's two devices and they talk to each other. So one steals the fob and the one connects to the other and the person drives off in the car.
Oh my God. This one's from 30 feet long distance. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at all these videos.
But I
Look at
think it was
all these
like
different commands.
with the article I saw, they were talking about around the holiday, so this had to be around Christmas, and they said all the manufacturers were like trying to jump up and solve the issue because they don't want people's cars being stolen with legitimate fobs because there's no alarm that's going to go off. Like
Yeah.
you're in the store shopping and your car has been stolen.
You know what this reminds me of? Batman v Superman. When Batman went to go talk to the guy that owned the boat or whatever, and he made a copy of his phone right then and there and walked away and searched for everything, and that's where he found the boat, and that's where he found out that he was bringing in the kryptonite. And I'm just like, yo, imagine doing that, but like turning on someone's Google Assistant, so like whoever is over there by the door, they can go into that person's house. I don't like this article. It just makes me feel so many.
But this news article, these devices weren't anything that somebody said somebody has too much time on their hands. These weren't like homemade devices. This was something you could legitimately buy. Like they were items that are for sale, where one picks up the signal and transfers to the other one, and the other person drives off with the car. So that's enough of scaring each other to death. Let's move on to a brighter thing.
I'm gonna binge watch all these videos tonight, like, with the volume.
Catwoman's gonna be in front of her phone like this. I will send you the one about the car fob, though.
Yes, please. Yeah. Oh gosh. All right. Next one. Oh, by the way, Kimmy got all these articles. Thank you. Love you, baby.
Hey, we swap off some week.
Yeah.
I
I
have
have
the
so much
time.
going on with my daughter being sick. So
I hope y'all are enjoying them. I hope they're not all too, all over the place, but I'm all over the
oh,
place.
they're a good mix. I'm enjoying them a lot.
Okay.
So this one is a Forbes article. Google's new messaging app to unify Gmail, Drive, and Hangouts, and other small business tech news.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the part they put at the end of all their articles. But when it ended with Hangouts, I'm like, okay, so they're going to throw something else against the wall, y'all. Are y'all ready for something else to be thrown against the wall?
Brace yourself. Brace yourself.
Brace yourself to enjoy something for them to take it away. Google, give it. Google, take it away.
Yeah. And so they're starting out with the small business sector on this. So it says 1, Google 10th messaging service.
10.
10th.
10. A red 10, 10. Like, this is this is crazy.
Will unify Gmail, Drive, Hangouts, chat.
This sounds awesome, though. On paper, it sounds good.
Yeah. Why is this important for your business? It welcomes development. Why? Because stop asking why. Because
what?
my client.
2 phones. I am still using Hangouts as well.
Yeah.
Hey, harmless Carl. Look at the blingy. See blingy. Blingy.
I show blingy.
That's blingy for my little phone. I got blingy.
Yeah.
Even this Kate Spade has a little bit of blingy on the flowers. I don't know if you can really see that on here, though, but there are little blingies on the flowers. All right. Carry on.
Yes. Why? Because many of my clients use Google apps, but all these apps have grown on separate paths, and the different options and versions will increasingly created confusion. Wow, this person's grammar. It's time for cleanup and consolidation, so let's hope the 10th go around is the best. Number 2, Reality Engine AI could help small businesses overcome data gaps.
Now hold on, savage scientist. I'm gonna put it. McDonald's does it all the time with the McRib, but they bring the same McRib back.
Yeah.
It's not like they say, "Hey, we're taking it away for good," and then they bring back the McLean. You know what I'm saying? See, I worked at McDonald's. We had the McLean, which I think wasn't real meat or something crazy. But either way, that was years ago. They took it off the menu. But I'm saying it's like you give them something and then you take it away and then you give them something completely different and say, you're going to like this because it's Google and we're going to stick it on your phone, whether you like it or not. Yeah.
I worry that when they bring something good and then they integrate it into everything and then they decide to take it out and then it breaks something.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. So it says number 3, the U.S. government increases liability for online retailers to police counterfeit goods. Okay. Number 4, Microsoft outlined its new wave of Dynamics 365 and its Power Platform features. Okay. Number 5, antivirus vendors plan to support Windows 7 post EOL.
I knew it was coming, Scar.
Bless you. Okay. Are you excited for this?
I try not to get excited for things from Google because, like I said, they will. If I like it, I loved Hangouts. It's the way I talked with all of my online friends who I didn't want to give my phone number to. So
it was the best.
And it worked well for us on YouTube. Like now we're all on StreamYards, but we were all on Hangouts.
I'm jaded. Like I just am.
How does the chat feel about this one? Is anybody excited?
Yeah, I'm jaded. It's been happening.
I'm scared. Scary.
They're like, we know this will fix everything.
We gonna fix y'all. Y'all gonna take it and like it, and then we're gonna take it away.
Yeah.
Hey, anybody? Oh, LB, you can't come in late asking. They're going to put a new service together. Google is doing messaging with Gmail, Drive, and Hangouts, all mushed together for business owners or whoever wants to use it, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
this was in the business section of Forbes. Like,
Yeah.
I think I have another article here for business owners because I know we have business owners that listen to our podcast. But stick around, it's coming. Don't leave again, LB. I know you working. I don't care.
I mean, I'll try it.
Yeah.
I tried Duo. I tried Allo, and then I stopped.
What
But
was the difference in the two?
one of them had like more emoji features than the other one, and
Is that all?
yeah.
Has anybody used the chat features in Google Photos yet? Remember they said we are going to be able to talk to each other and stuff with the picture?
I
Okay.
have not used it.
I have not either. Just curious.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, we can move on from this one. I'm still waiting for that. Nobody is saying anything in the chat, so I guess nobody is interested.
Big House said, cool, bring it. I use Drive at work every day.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you use any one component of this, I can see how you can say, yeah, give me more options on that one component.
Mm-hmm. Wallace said, not yet. Dr. Donna Walter said, probably not. Two Phone said, Google Duo has a new update.
Savage, you're off topic.
Yeah, he's off topic.
Yeah. But Google Hangouts had issues too. It wasn't perfect, but I average at least one freeze per stream, if not two. So I haven't had mine tonight yet, but it's coming. We're a good hour in. It's usually an hour and something. I'm getting that freeze now. It's coming. So.
Oh, you did freeze a couple of times. I just didn't,
No, usually I freeze to where I have to turn my internet off and on. Yeah, Hangouts does me like that. I'm not talking about the little intermittent stuff that we usually deal with, but yeah, I'm talking about I freeze. I have to click my internet off and on.
Yeah. Tech Love and Mama says she'll try it. She does use Drive and other apps. Two Phone says he uses Drives for APK movies and stuff.
Hi, Holiday. And Lethal, I ordered popcorn too. I got a personal call today about my popcorn order. It'll be better if fixed. I'm just saying. Because I ain't got a problem. Because I'll be back. I'll be back to Chicago soon, LB. And you can catch these hands. Because I'm serious about my popcorn. No, I'm just kidding. Either way, let's move on to the next article.
So this one is by The Verge. Illustrated by Alex Castro. But who's it written by? Not say.
That's funny. They put who illustrated. Forget who wrote it.
Yeah.
Okay, credit to who wrote it.
Oh, there it is. Russell Brandon. Okay. The regulatory fights facing every major tech company, Facebook, Google, Amazon, versus the world.
Right. So they start off in this article talking about the issues that all the companies face all together, the ones that they listed there. Like these are basically the companies that you would deal with here in the States. They don't really list like Xiaomi, Huawei, and stuff like that. So they tell you the issues that everybody's dealing with, like the Federal Trade Commission. Let's see. I'm trying to skim through this one because we got a couple more articles and I want y'all to have some free time. Google, they said the Department of Justice is fooling with Google. And they well, why did they separate YouTube from Google? I thought YouTube was owned by Google. But
okay, so what happened was Google is no longer Google. Google is now Alphabet, and Alphabet owns Google and YouTube. So Google and YouTube are separate. It used to be that Google owned YouTube, but Google essentially changed its name to Alphabet, and Google and YouTube are separate.
Okay.
Under the umbrella of Alphabet.
And we all know the YouTube issues with what COPPA, whatever however you pronounce it, with the kids and everything. That's their issue. Facebook. Whoa, $5 million fine.
Yeah. with the Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah.
Happened.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Amazon, I know Amazon is dealing with issues outside of they're saying like trademark stuff that's not even listed in that part of the article, but um, they're being investigated by the Department of Justice or the Justice
Mm-hmm.
Department. Apple,
Yep. That
mm,
one has to do with basically saying
Spotify, and some
monopoly
apps.
over their app stores because they don't have side loading.
Hmm.
And then also problems with the courts about being able to give access to law enforcement.
And of course, and I already put this article in here about the battery gate.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
Do you think it's
that's a.
warranted though? All of these situations that they're in,
Do you think what?
it's warranted. Like, should they even be having these issues being brought up against them?
I kind of feel like it's kind of like LB said in the stream, like there's no such thing as bad advertisement. It keeps their name out there and it makes people want to use them.
Mhm.
It's kind of like the whole Huawei situation. Either you hate them or you love them. So if we're talking about them and people say, oh, well, it makes you anti-American to have a Huawei phone, then you're going to have a group of people that go and buy that phone just because you said that. So if you're having any kind of issue and people feel like they're anti whatever the issue is, then yes, I'll go buy that. Or I'm going to use YouTube because now they're kicking the kids off. So I can be an adult on YouTube and I can do adult things. So I always feel like they got to keep something stirred up to keep people interested. And there's always going to be a lawsuit because people will sue you for giving them coffee and them spilling it on themselves. So
Yeah.
there is always going to be a lawsuit, especially when you deal with tech.
Yeah. I think also one of the issues is that technology innovates faster than the government can regulate. So by the time the government catches on to what's going on, it takes them too long to regulate. And then by
We've
that
moved
time,
on
it
to
has
something
changed.
else. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then what these tech companies will do is they'll say, oh, we didn't realize that was an issue. Okay, we'll fix it. And then they kind of tweak it a little bit. But then by that time, there's like another issue.
There's a whole nother big issue going on by the time they
Yeah.
fix little issue over here. So it blows up and balloons into something bigger than whatever the original problem was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, for example, one of the things here that they talk about that faces all of these companies, and that is your data. So before, just if you want to be able to use this website, you just use it. You add they add these cookies. Before they didn't have to ask you. They just added these cookies on.
Yeah.
Tracked you. They took that information. They took it from your Google inboxes, or for example, Hotmail inboxes, and they search and they look for keywords, and maybe I can advertise them this, or from your Amazon searches. Well, when you go to a website, I'm going to advertise this to you. So when they realize that this data is now creating a profile about these individual people, and these private companies have more information about you than your own government has about you, that's a problem. And that data was used with the Cambridge Analytica. So that information was aggregated and helped shape who was going to be president in 2016. And they realized that was a really big problem. And then there was the whistleblower. So,
and you use that example for me to use my example of the bigger problem that's going to come from that. So you talk about that, and I'm going to take it off the internet to where on the news here they had it to where now when you go in a store, they have a camera on you and they're kind of picking apart your mannerisms, what you're interested in. And so they know how you're going to shop. So while we're fixing the internet issue, now your real life issue is going to come into play. When you walk into stores and they say, oh, well, Kimmy's this kind of shopper. She likes these things. We're going to make a profile on her. And when she comes in the store, we're marketing these things to her. Mm-hmm. So while you're focused here, now you got something going on there.
Yeah. I actually watched the interview of the woman who actually was the whistleblower for the Cambridge Analytica scandal. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that she talked about was how they were building these profiles and they were gathering all of this information about you to either cause dissent so that people won't vote, who, like, for example, let's say were Hillary supporters. So they would like flood their timelines with, the system is corrupt. What's the point of voting? Things like that, right? And it actually did help. So there was less people turning out to the polls, even just in the primaries alone, because there was just so much dissent and there was like mistrust in the government and stuff like that. And then there was, for example, for Trump supporters, they would say like, oh, Trump is against the establishment, it's better to have a business person. So it would kind of build morale to go out and vote to get something different. And she actually wrote a book about it. I haven't gotten a chance to read it, but basically her interview was selling her book about how she whistleblowed the actual things that happened where her safety was now on the line, but that she went along, but she whistleblowed anyways. And it's pretty amazing. But I think that all of these companies where the government is coming in and regulating and saying, hey, you guys are doing these business practices because at the end of the day, it's capitalism. You want to build your bottom line. You want to create profits. But the problem is that what you're doing is unethical. It's not quite illegal just yet.
Yeah.
Because there really isn't any kind of rules, but it is unethical. And another example that I want to bring up is when cell phones first came out and they were able to take pictures and guys were taking upskirt shots.
Right.
And they were taking these people to court, but there really wasn't anything that they can get them.
Right.
For example, they couldn't get them on Peeping Tom because Peeping Tom was specifically for somebody
people
trying
peeping
to
in windows. Yeah.
Exactly. And
so they had to implement all these new laws. And like so many people got away with it before it was a law. Yeah.
Yes, before it was a law. And because they couldn't get them on anything because it wasn't, it wasn't against the law at the time. And I say that to say this. I understand that it could be very frustrating because you want technology to innovate. Like, for example, I want the autopilot to innovate, but I know that there's no like legit laws. Like, who is at fault? What does the insurance carriers do now? Things like that. But what this does is allows us to get in the process of trying to make a decision about how are we going to utilize this in the future. And though it's frustrating, I think that it is good. At the end of the day, I think it's good because it shines a light on the unethical things that these companies are doing, and then it allows us to be a part of the conversation. So though the government has to step in, these people that are whistleblowers that are working there and saying, hey, this is unethical and shining a light on it, I'm with it.
Good point, Dexter. Like, there's no expectation of privacy in a public place. And that's why, like, when I used to be diehard live PD, I used to watch it every Friday and Saturday, 3 hours. So that was 6 hours of my life every weekend I would watch it. And people would always say, oh, I'm not going to allow y'all to record me. And they're like, well, it's live. We don't legally have to have you sign off on anything. You're in a public place and we can record you as we're arresting you or whatnot. So,
yeah,
it was a lot of people that have that certain level of, like, the places they were shooting in, you have that certain level of ignorance of thinking, oh, unless I sign off on something, they can't record me. Yeah, they can. Like, so, if they're ever looking for somebody, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
I just wanted to add to what Dexter Cumberbatch says. He said there's no expectation of privacy in a public place, but the problem is that they are recording you in your own home. That is the problem. For example, one of the things that they did is they were able to tell if someone was depressed because they left their house less And when they did go out, they made shorter trips than other people. And so what they would do then is they would now start sending ads for medications for depression to that person, so that if they do talk to their psychiatrist, they'll say, I heard about this medication. Do you think maybe we
We
should?
are human hamsters. They are
Yeah.
making these profiles based off of our activities, what we buy, and what we do every day. So, yes.
There was actually a video, and I didn't link it on here because I didn't think about it, but I am thinking about it now. On YouTube, what is the name? And I watch their videos all the time, but I am gonna post a link to it after the live stream, where it talks about big data and what and the ethical side of it. Because one of the things that they suggest in that video is, what if these companies that take data about you give it to you and say, hey, out of the profile that we created out of you, these are your habits and these are the things that you're doing. Hey, you eat out a lot. Maybe if you cut down on that, you'll be able to spend less money. Or maybe you don't realize it, but you have signs of depression based off of your GPS. Maybe you're not seeing someone currently. Maybe it would help for you to see a therapist. What if we could take that data and use it for the good of ourselves? I think that'll be a very good video for people to watch. So I'll make sure to put that in the description.
Okay. Well, this was a good article. Like, we didn't really go much into the article itself, but we covered what the article talks about.
Yeah, and all these articles that we are listing, definitely read it on your own. And as we kind of like see these, I do go back afterwards and I read them, and I look at videos and stuff like that, because there's a lot of interesting things here. And I do appreciate these people who take the time to make these articles. And as I'm showing right here on the screen, not only do they have the article, but they also have a podcast based around that subject too. So check it out, you guys.
All right. The next article I have, LB, these are top business apps. These are the top business apps for 2020. And, they add that in other small business tech news. This is the tech news section for small businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So
this one is Forbes by Gene Marks. Says these are the top business apps for 2020 and other small business tech news. So here are the top ads for businesses of 2020. This is the person that does the, but why is this good for you? I don't know why this type of format kind of like, I guess I could say trigger me.
Which one? What are you talking about?
Because he goes, why is this important for your business? And then he lists why it's important instead of just like explaining it.
Where?
So he'll say one, this and this and that, and says, but why is this important for your business? Okay. And then he'll go 2, but why is this important for your business? 3, but
Well, some people need that explained to them.
I understand. I don't know why it's like kind of jarring for me.
Oh no, I don't. Yeah.
I guess it's the why part.
Go ahead. Yeah, I would listen. I'm looking for LB to explain some of these things. That's why it's important for him. No, I'm just kidding. The first one pronounced Okta. OKTA. It's a cloud identity company.
Okta.
Okta?
That's how it's
Okta? Okta? Okay.
Yeah. So to determine the list, Okta's customer data from the last year was analyzed and organized into what was most broadly used and the apps that most quickly grown among businesses. When it came to apps that are most broadly used, the top 4 spots were taken by Microsoft Office 65, Salesforce, Amazon Web Service, and G Suite. The fast-growing apps include cloud data platforms, Snowflake, Ops Genie, Google Cloud, and Splunk. Yeah. Why is this important for your business?
Oh my goodness. Stop it.
If you like somebody, that doesn't need to be explained. Like, we understand why those good. Okay. So number 2, Vimeo's new app helps small businesses create professional social videos.
Vimeo.
Have I been pronouncing it wrong all this time?
I don't know. I don't use
Vimeo.
Okay, Vimeo.
Yeah.
You know what? I had this mixed up with. I had it mixed up with another app. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is actually a really good
app.
This
is a video app. Yeah.
Yeah, because like with YouTube, you post a video and you can make it unlisted or you can make it private. But with Vimeo, you could go deeper in to say only allow this video to be part of this certain website. So that way, you know how people will like take videos if they're unlisted and it's like only for Patreon, and then they'll download it and give it to other people that are not part of the Patreon. Like if you use Vimeo, it cuts that out because it'll say only allow people that are, you know, part of the Patreon to watch this, stuff like that, or part of your website to be able to watch it. So that's really good.
Why is this important for your business? Oh, I'm sorry.
I already explained.
I did that just to mess with
you. Yeah. You do have to pay for those type of features. It's not something that's free, but if you got to pay a little money to make some money. Although I do know a way how you can play your videos only on your website, but I'll leave that for another day.
I'm going to do number 3. This is for you, LB. Yahoo reviewed the Next Dot 2 this past week, sharing that the new device could serve as a replacement for laptops. Look out, decks that are considered low end. At a glance, the Next Dot 2, which goes for $259, that's less than a Note, LB, looks like any other normal laptop. This device has a full-size display, normal keyboard, and standard USB ports. However, I'm sorry, I skipped a line, which sets this device aside from the typically low-end laptop. However, is that it comes without a fan, internal memory, or a CPU. What are you using this for? The way the Next Dot 2 works is hooking it up with an LG, a Huawei, or a Samsung and turning it into a full-size computer mirroring the phone's display. So this is a bootleg device.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. So it has like the monitor built in, essentially, in the keyboard.
But to me, if you have a Samsung or a Huawei, you don't need this.
Why?
LG maybe.
Monitor.
Right. All you need is a monitor and a USB Type-C for a Huawei. Yeah. Samsung, you have DeX. So.
You could just do the cable too.
Oh, okay.
Samsung. Yeah, they upgraded it after Huawei. Okay. But
if you have LG though, that might be a good look for you.
Yeah, but this is good for portability.
Yeah.
You know, but why is it good for your business? For portability. I mean, you could have a monitor and you Yeah.
Okay, so, they could have kept this number 4.
Okay, go ahead.
California roll, anyone? It's a sushi machine, y'all. Everybody needs one of these for their business. Chime in at any point.
Okay, yeah. So
it makes 700 pieces of sushi in an hour.
I understand that, but why is it good for your business?
I don't like sushi.
And you don't like rice. Well, it says less staff that are 2 utmost important words here. A minimum wage and other benefits can drive up compensation costs by many similar restaurants that are looking for. Okay, so this is just like for a specific
I'm glad those who love me know that I don't like rice.
Yeah.
I love you too, Catwoman. Tana only forgot once. He only forgot.
Oh, okay.
I only allowed it once.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it
He saw
important
the
for your
next
business?
stock this morning.
Oh, okay. So okay. Knock yourself out, LB. You gonna get this sushi machine too?
Well,
But Donna, this is
on
for
a
your
business on
business. You
your
got
own. Yeah. And just pay yourself. Just put the machine to work and just pay yourself.
If you're selling sushi, that's the move.
Exactly. Walmart plans to bring together their e-commerce and store groups. Walmart
I
announced
saw they were changing something. Go ahead.
that it will be merging its in-store and e-commerce product buying team. In the past, Walmart had two separate groups that manufacturers were required to pitch in if they wanted it to sell in-store or online. Instead, Walmart will now have 6 category buying teams, which include food, entertainment, and clothing. By combining the two teams, the company is hoping to streamline price and overall consistency in products they sell both online and in store.
Do you think this is gonna help Walmart?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm surprised that they were even running it this way. So you mean to tell me somebody had to pay two charges to be in online and in store?
Yeah, because if I shop online, there's certain things I can buy online that they don't sell in the store.
I know, but imagine the people that were trying to work
and
with
vice versa. Like there are things I want to be in the store that are only sold online.
Yeah, this is it's good. I'm just surprised they were doing this way all this time. But why is it good for your business? We know why. Gene Marks, I need to meet you one day. I hope you ask me, but why is this good for your business? I just think it's so funny. We put up 2 articles from him.
All right. Good for him. Why is it important for his business? We can move on.
I'm going to follow him on Twitter.
Oh, God.
I'm going to follow him on Twitter. Oh. Okay, followed.
Everybody has seen this one. This article has been covered left and right. I stuck it in there just so y'all know. Apple's been ordered to pay $500 million. All right. We all know it. We've seen it everywhere because they slowed down those iPhones and they had battery gate and everything else. Come on, Apple, get it together. Okay. That's why I stuck that one in there. This has been my toy for today.
Yeah, that's so cool. So Google's hidden AR tool will blow your mind. Super fun features allows users to view 3D images of a search result.
I will have to say today, I had a light week. I'm having a very light week. So I decided to show my supervisor and my supervisor's supervisor this new feature today. Mm-hmm. But you know me, I'm kind of weird and have a weird sense of humor. So I went to my supervisor and told her just to stand still. And I placed a cat like right next to her, which happens to look like her cat. Looks just like her cat that she has at home. And she said, "How did you do that?" And so, you know, that was cute way, right? I was walking down the hall to show my other coworker, and as I was trying to get it to come up, I pull up this tiger in the hallway. And it pops up there, but I walk past it, so it gives me the back end when I turn around. There's a tiger. Yeah. So I said, I'm keeping this picture because from a distance, this looks like a legit tiger, right? In the hallway at work.
Yeah, remember that day there was a tiger in the office?
So I saved that picture, right? And so as I'm talking to my supervisor, I show her that, and she says, I think we need to send this to the higher up supervisor, who happened to be in a meeting with the big supervisor when she sent this, and says, I think we have a big problem upstairs. She sent this in a text, like we have a big problem upstairs. So I was like,
what was the response?
OMG. That was the response. Because you do have some people that are like, I don't think she took it seriously, but there were some people who took this same picture, because I shared it with a couple people in the office, that sent it outside to people who used to work with us. and they legit thought it was a legit picture.
That's so funny.
The funnier thing is, we in the meeting we had last week,
Yeah.
there was discussion of therapy dogs, right? And so I was like, okay, well, let's pull a dog up, because you were either you love the idea of therapy dogs or you hated the idea of therapy dogs, right?
Yeah.
So I had one of my coworkers stand, and the further back you are, the more realistic it looks. Although I thought this was a pretty good picture of the tiger, I was pretty close to. But we brought up this picture, and my coworker sitting down there, and we have her like she's petting the dog. The only thing that kind of threw it was when the sunlight came in, you didn't see a shadow where her hand was. But if you weren't paying attention, you didn't notice that part, right?
Yeah.
So one of the people that was super anti-therapy dog, she said, if they get dogs in here, I'm going to be standing on my chair. I'm going to lose it. My supervisor texted her while she was at lunch. It was just like, okay, we have our first therapy dog in the office, and we knew how you felt about therapy dogs. So we wanted to make sure you got some one-on-one time. See, Kristen was really scared of dogs. That's the girl that's petting the dog in the picture. But we gave her some one-on-one time, and she's doing really well. So when you return from lunch, we'd like you to come by and meet Duke. We gave him a fake name and everything. So she comes in trash face. Like, I know y'all didn't get a therapy dog. What is going on here? Oh my God. Am I going to have to put in my 2 weeks? We said, did you look at the picture? She says, no, I saw the text message and that's all I need to see. I didn't even want to see like the dog. But I guess since I'm over here, I need to meet the therapy dog. She was pissed when she found out it wasn't a dog. But like I said, there was no shadow.
By AI.
Yeah. But we had fun.
Yeah.
AI was really fun.
It's like a faint shadow.
Oh, there's shadows if you're there. Let me see if I can pull up her and the dog so I can show you what I'm talking about with the... If they put it down on the ground like they're supposed to and all that goodness, but the sun was on the other side. So she's going to hate me for this because she's like, don't share that picture anywhere. Okay, so this is my coworker with the dog, right?
Yeah.
So if you see the shadow... Oh, about to drop my iPad. If you see the shadow here, there's no shadow of the dog.
Yeah. But
it legit looks like a dog. Yeah.
Yo. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was our therapy dog today.
Wow. You guys have fun.
I have pictures with goats and everything.
Can you do it with fish?
Fish. There's me and the penguin.
Oh,
penguin! So yeah, we had fun today. We were off task for the most part.
That's so funny. That's so cool. So here it shows how you could do it. It's like how big.
All you have to do is Google. Like it works on Android and on iOS. You Google the animal. Like all animals aren't listed, of course. The lion looks super fake. There's a panda bear. There's a hedgehog. There's a picture of me stepping on the hedgehog. I did one of those. They said PETA was going to get me because I have various pictures of me abusing animals, like the goat. I think I had him by the horn. But goat, hedgehog, tiger, cat, dog. Most of the basic stuff is there. So wolf was on there too. So you Google it, right? You scroll down to where it says see it in 3D. You click that. Yeah, right there. You click there and it uses. Now, Android asked me for permission to use my camera. iOS just let me use my camera by default. And you can take pictures once you tap the screen. It's going to have a little button where you can take the picture. And you can take pictures in the whole nine. But it's really fun. It's really cool.
It's on the table. My goodness, it's huge.
Yeah, because they clean themselves and everything. So it's like...
That looks like so much fun. I gotta try it out.
If you want to occupy your kids, this is awesome. My son stayed occupied all the rest of the evening after I introduced him to it.
Oh, that's cool too. That's so cool.
Everybody's messing with the fact that you got like 50 tabs open.
And we went through a lot of stuff. And,
Yeah.
each and every
Links,
picture I had to open up
articles.
individually.
Yeah, y'all don't understand. The links be ridiculous.
I've been working hard in here.
But yes, it's definitely
That was
fun.
the
A
last
fun
article.
kitty
That was
thing.
fun.
I definitely wanted that tiger to go out as like an office evacuation, but we was like, nah, we don't want to get fired.
Office evacuation. That's funny.
You really get to see how many people, I ain't gonna call people stupid, but it's some real gullible people. They're like, oh my God, there's really a tiger in the office. Like, where did the tiger come from today? And it's raining outside. Like, where did he come from? Why is he so dry?
Yeah.
We don't work near a zoo, people.
Peter would actually like this and be like, you want to go to the zoo? Bring the zoo to your house with AI. No more zoos. Get rid of the zoos.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. We made it through all the articles, people. I always try to end with something fun. Y'all have anything fun or interesting going on this week?
Actually, this weekend I made Dominican chimichurris, and
I did see those.
Came out so good. Yo, I was very proud of myself. They came out so good.
I'm still fiending for Jamaican beef patties from the Jamaican spot I had while I was there.
Oh, it's so good and authentic. They make it from scratch.
Between you and Tana taking me to the African spot, I am done. Like, now it's like I'm stuck with going these places. I got to get back to them because I'm addicted to the food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my!
No, I haven't had a chimichurri since New York.
A chimichurri?
Yeah. So chimichurri is a sauce, right? But Dominicans took the name chimichurri and turned it into a sandwich. But you don't use the chimichurri sauce. So basically, it's pan de agua. So it's water bread. That's what this type of bread is called. And then ground beef, seasoned to the gods. I know how to season very well. And then that's cabbage and onions and red onions. It's for 30 minutes you put it in a water bath with vinegar, and then you saute it, and then you add some maju ketchup, which is basically mayonnaise and ketchup mixed together. It tastes so good. I be having the cabbage just by itself on bread and just eating it like that because it tastes so good. Oh, yeah. I was very proud of myself because I made it and it came out delicious, and it reminded me of New York.
It cracked me up when you said Maju Ketchu. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. My Peruvian friend worked at a restaurant called Machu Picchu, which of course is named after the place or whatnot. And they have the best sangria I've had in my whole entire life. So I will go there just for the sangria, even if I don't, because their specialty is the stuff with the raw, like everything's raw. I forget what it's called. I don't know why I'm wanting to say, look, I got kombucha on the brain. It's nothing like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it starts with a C even. But either way, like the whole dish is kind of raw. And she's like, you got to try it. And I ordered it. I ended up throwing it away when I left. But I'm going to look it up right now. I got to, it was on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah. Can I just explain something about the meat? Okay. So I see a lot of cooking videos. People season the meat while it's in the pan and it's already browned. No. We marinate. That's what we do. So you take the meat, you add the sauce and all of the flavoring and everything, and you let it sit. And it absorbs all of the flavors. Then you put it in the pan, and it'll just have all of the flavors within it, and it's like
ceviche.
Way better.
Ceviche.
Yes, yeah. I've had that before.
You can keep it. I was like, what did I have again? And then somebody ordered something. Like somebody ordered something, and she was like, I feel like I'm eating stir fry. So what she had looked like a Chinese stir fry or something. She was like, I want Peruvian food. And I'm like, well, this is Peruvian food.
Yeah.
But yeah. Wow.
So that was my blast from the past. I'm very happy that I had that sandwich.
I'm glad you showed the girls. That's really nice.
Yeah. It was Helena. She wanted it so badly. She would ask me every day, "So you gonna make that chimichurri?"
So do they speak any Spanish?
They're taking Spanish classes in class right now.
Because one of my friends, she's so embarrassed that her kid, like she's Puerto Rican and her kids don't know any Spanish.
I don't think that way, because when I grew up knowing Spanish first and then learned English, it was really hard for me to understand the grammar, and I had really bad grades in English. So I said to myself, when I had kids, I wasn't going to teach them both languages at the same time. Even though, yes, you'll be able to learn a second language easier.
I was going to say,
yeah, it's a tougher time in school to get good grades.
We have a coworker from the Bahamas, and her daughter speaks English, but her caretaker, like, she's not in school. Well, she might be in school now, but when she was being taken care of, the woman spoke Spanish to her all day. So she ended up with Spanglish, because like she'll speak half the sentence in English and half of it in Spanish, and the mom doesn't know any Spanish. So it's just like, I wanted her to be bilingual, but at the same time, it's just like, what did you say? She gets really upset. It's just like it turns into a Spanish,
Yeah.
It goes in.
And then like there's certain words that you say in Spanish and you don't know the word of it in English, or you'll say words in English and you don't know how to say it in Spanish. It's like super frustrating. So you just kind of like try to say the definition of it.
Holiday, it says, holla at my peeps. My peeps.
That's so cute. I love that.
My nephew is a big Peeps fan. A lot of people don't like Peeps. I like to get the mystery flavors that come out every year. Me and my son try to figure them out.
Mm-hmm.
We usually get stumped. They had waffles with syrup one year, and I was just like, because they always tell you what they are. We go buy a box of each 3. So
yeah. So Dr. Donald Walter said, I misunderstood. Is it more difficult to learn more than one language? It's not that it's difficult to learn more than one language. Is when you're trying to get an A in English.
I was gonna say being fluent and actually getting an A in English or getting an A in Spanish. Like I took Spanish through junior high, high school, and even in college. Am I fluent? No. Can I follow some conversations? Yes. So it's not that I'm like, I did go to Cancun by myself, and I stayed on a resort and left the resort and went shopping, and I did get some broken Spanish English conversations on with people, but I wouldn't support my Spanish out in Mexico.
So my problem is that I knew Spanish first, right? And then when I got to the second grade, they put me in ESL to start learning English. Now, the problem is I was learning English at school, but when I would go home, I would speak to my grandmother because she was the one who was raising us. She would talk to us in Spanish, and I would reply to her in English. So we understood each other. But so that I could learn my English, I would respond to her in English, but she was always responding to me in Spanish. So when I would go to school, I would get confused, and it took a longer time than a normal person did to learn English to go on to the next grade because of that dynamic. And so I didn't want to confuse my daughters growing up. They need to know English. I'm going to talk to them in English. They're going to talk back to me in English, but they know that I speak Spanish.
Yeah, but your English is awesome. Like, and Donna is not the first person to say it. I've heard multiple people say it. You don't have a strong accent, even though I love a Spanish accent of any sort, any dialect. I think it's a very sensual language.
Oh,
So,
trust me, I had to get the accent out because I was getting teased at school. Like I
oh,
used to pronounce cheese, chess, and get laughed at all the time. I used to pronounce question, question.
listen,
I would get made
all of
fun of all the time.
everybody, all of our translators at work,
Hmm.
yes, is Jess. Everything has a J where the Y is.
Yeah.
So when she would say yellow, it's always Jello, and that's where I'm like, I don't want Jello. I'm saying
Yeah.
like, so it's just like I love to hear her say misdemeanor. I can't say it how she says it, but it's like you say with every syllable, it's
Yeah.
there. And so yeah, she
Yeah.
would
And
say
that's what I
Jew
was
instead of
told.
you. And so there was this, really, really religious guy at work, and I thought he was being serious at first. He would say, "I'm not a Jew." It was like when she would say Jew.
Yes.
So yeah,
Was
accent.
a woman that I would follow, and she would on YouTube. She hasn't been doing YouTube for a long time, but she would embellish her Spanglish, and so
Hmm.
she would have like the writings of what she's saying, and so when she would say Jew, it would be JOO, and I just always thought that was so funny.
Yeah, I get Spanish speaking men that come up to me speaking Spanish all the time. And so it's just like, hey, I don't have a problem with telling them, hey, even if I wasn't dating anybody at the time, I'm always taken. So
Yeah,
it's like, please speak some English.
yeah, because they think that you speak Spanish.
Oh yeah. And I had a friend that would egg it on. There was this guy that worked in the office, like he was with the janitor crew, like he was the over all of them. And so we'd be on the elevator, all three of us, and they would be speaking Spanish back and forth. And he would get off and she'd bust out laughing. I'm like, what happened? And she was like, oh, I told him you were just really shy when he was asking why you didn't partake in the conversation. I'm like, how are y'all talking about me like I'm not even here? It's like, oh yeah, she speaks Spanish. She's just really shy. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, I use my Spanish powers at work a lot. So it's like,
oh, it'll take you a long way around these parts.
yeah, when it comes to customer service, they love you if you know Spanish because they're
In,
like, I'm trying to navigate this. Oh my goodness, I just found my sister on the phone.
interpreters make so much more money than like just a regular person who speaks English. So,
Mm-hmm.
but the
Yeah. You gotta
certification
get
is
that
what people
good
say is a
interpreter
pain.
though.
Yeah, they say the certification is a pain in the butt to get. At least here it is. So,
Yeah. Yeah, because fortunately some interpreters don't interpret. What they do, what they do is they interpret instead of translate. So like you're trying to get something across to someone. So sometimes what the interpreters do is they finagle it because they themselves
right,
kind of
they're
understand
gonna
the
wing it.
concept. Yeah. And you're like, no, no, please say it exactly as I'm saying, even though the grammar is gonna throw them off. You need to say it the way that I'm saying because I'm trying to convey important information.
Well,
Because if
I'm in
you
the
use a
legal
different
system,
word,
so you can't
yeah,
wing it or finagle it. These are legal terms, and it needs to be
exactly.
said exactly how it's being said. And I found
Yep.
it funny if you're sitting in a courtroom and the judge feels like the person can speak English, and they say, "Well, I need an interpreter," but they'll say it in Spanish, and he's like, "Well, okay." He'll say something about going to jail, and all of a sudden they understand English. So it's just like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
have that little tester they throw out there, and if the person reacts like, "Oh, I can speak English. Let's roll." Like
Yeah.
it's
Perk up
hilarious.
them ears, get your tongue moving. Explain, explain, explain.
But yeah. Oh, okay. I'm reading about Tech Loving Mama.
Yeah. She said, I didn't grow up with my father's side, which I look a lot like him, and I get stuff here and there since I was young because I don't speak Spanish. Yeah. They feel like, oh, you dissing us because you don't want to know our language, but learning another language is hard. It is
Well,
very
especially in your adult
hard.
life. Like you're
Yeah.
a sponge as a child, so you can kind of pick up things a little bit easier.
Yeah. Yesterday, one of my daughters is like, can you rate my Spanish? I'm like, okay.
Rate it.
Yes. I'm like,
Then
with the right accent. Like she was saying it. She was wondering how her accent was. I'm like, hey, your accent was good. You did a good job.
translation
Dexter is
is
right.
yeah.
So translating isn't enough. Sometimes the emotion has to be
That's
conveyed.
very true, especially when you're talking legal stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can say, yes, she's very upset about the situation. Like that gives you nothing.
Yes.
Um,
So it's been 2 hours. We should wrap it up.
wrap it up. And if you want to join us for like Savage festivities, I have a disclaimer to put out on Wired Wednesday tomorrow. But yeah, I
Yeah.
just
Yay. Good conversations tomorrow on Easy Computer Solutions.
so you should join us there. We're not to say we're not fun here, but we're a lot more laid back. Just put it that way.
Yeah. We whip our hair back and forth. When Tana puts on the Get Money song.
Yes, you whip your hair a lot more than I do. I'm a little mellow over there.
Yeah. All right, great. So, you guys, I'm Catwoman.
And I'm Gadget Goddess, and we are
Your home girls of tech.
here on the Gadget Chats podcast. See you soon.
See you soon.